just make sure that the opposite hip is anchored down to the mat. Don't let it pop up. Hey everyone, welcome to class. This is one of my favorites to film, always and forever. I love a good morning stretch. So we're gonna go right into kind of a gentle, easy flow that wakes you up for the day, works out these little tightnesses that we all kind of wake up with. I don't know at what age this happens, but it definitely does. It's a very real thing, very real problem. So no props needed. I want you to begin actually on your backs. So go ahead and join me, flip it around. Bring the knees in toward the chest. Just give yourself a nice little hug, nice little squeeze here. Bring the knees in towards you. Maybe shift yourself side to side if that feels good, or if you'd rather be still, you can be still. I want you to grab hold of the tops of the ankles and just keeping the feet pretty close together, let the knees drop open. So it's almost like happy baby, but halfway to happy baby, right? So it's just a little bit of a gentle hip opener. Also feels really great on the lower back to have this gentle pressure on the lower back from the ground. And while you're here, just bring your awareness and your attention to your breath. As you inhale, feel the belly rise and expand. On the exhale, feel it gently fall back. Take a couple more breaths this way, filling up completely as you inhale, exhaling completely. One more time, just for good measure. Inhale and exhale. I want you to keep the right knee, just catch it with your hands and extend the left leg straight out. Take the right knee and cross it over to the left, just opening the left arm. So for your twist, just to make sure that you're not putting too much strain on the spine, make sure that the hips are stacked. So instead of keeping the pelvis neutral and just grabbing the knee and pulling it over, physically lift your hips up and stack the right hip over the left. You can look any direction that feels comfortable. Try to keep the right shoulder down on the mat. I don't think you can hear it, but there is a very small bird outside my window. Little tweet, 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 tweet. There's actually a nest of birds out here just outside this window. So just they're greeting you, waking you up for the day. It's just the perfect soundtrack. I mean, I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm telling you it's there. Let's slowly switch sides. So now you're going to extend the right leg, bring the left knee in toward the chest, and just gently guide it over to the right. Again, picking up your pelvis and stacking the left hip over the right side. Appreciating how good it feels to kind of release all that tension first thing in the morning. Knowing that you're setting your day off on a positive note. Come back to the center. Stack the knees over the hips. Take the right ankle, cross it over the left, and reach through for figure four. So if you're exceptionally tight this morning, just grab behind the thigh. If you feel like you can grab the shin instead. And let's switch. Unhook, left foot over right thigh. Grab behind, well, anywhere you can on that right leg. Make sure that the shin is sort of parallel to the chest, or try to get it there. And continue to breathe. Maybe roll that right ankle clockwise. And take a couple more breaths. Exhale, release. Go ahead and gently work your way up to a comfortable seat. You can face me if you like. Keeping the legs crossed, just however it feels good to sit is totally fine. We're just gonna take a couple bends. Always love to do these in a morning flow. So walk your left hand out, reach the right arm up and over. The whole right side of your body should feel like it's lengthening from under the arm down to the hip. If you can drop down to that left forearm, you can do that, but don't feel like you need to. Inhale, sit up, walk the right arm out, maybe drop down to the forearm and stretch the left arm up and over. Just make sure that the opposite hip is anchored down to the mat. Don't let it pop up. And slowly come up. Now turn onto your hands and knees. We'll take a few rounds of cat-cow, moving nice and slowly. Opening the chest towards the front of your mat, and then exhale, round the back, scoop the pelvis under, drop the head. So here, I don't want you to overemphasize the movement in either direction. Just move with your breath. Just trying to bring some movement back to the body after being still all night. Just using this as a way to counter the shapes that we sleep in, which are sometimes very bizarre, you know. Like I can't be the only one that wakes up and I'm like, how am I situated here? One more. And then bring it back to neutral. I want you to make space for the left foot to step through. Sink the hips forward. Maybe you stay right here. If this feels like this is where you need to be, I want you to stay put. If you want something a little bit different, I always like to sit up and lean over to the side that I'm lunging on. So leaning up and over to the left, you can just sort of cradle your head in your right hand. Exhale, come back to the center. Step your left foot back, make space, bring the right foot forward. And same goes. Maybe you feel really good just sitting right here, or if you want a little bit different, cradle the head in the left hand, then lean up and over to the right. Stay with your breath. Try to stay connected to that deep belly breathing, even as you're moving through these poses. Come back to center. Bring the left knee so it's under the hip. Take the right knee, bring it under the right hip. Tuck the toes under. We're not going to do regular camel, but we're going to do like a very scaled back camel pose. So bring your hands like you're going to put them in your back pockets, engage the glutes a little bit, and press the hips forward. Just roll the shoulders away from the ears, pulling the elbows toward one another, and lift the chest up, maybe drop the head back. Slowly come back up, sit back on the heels, feet together, knees together, breathe. And we'll do that one last time. So come up to the knees, very scaled back camel. Tuck the toes, hands towards your back pockets. Shoulders move back, elbows move back, lift the chest up. Maybe look back. And come back to neutral. Turn towards me. Sit back on the heels, hands in your lap. Take a couple deep breaths. On your next breath in, sweep the arms up overhead and pressing the hands together, exhale them right down to the heart center, sealing it all in, ready to start your day. Feeling fresh, awake, ready to go. Let the eyes open. Thank you so much for joining me. If you liked this class, there's a full version of it inside Bad Yogi Studio. It's my digital studio where all of my full-length classes live. Tons of links. There's 5 minutes, there's 50 minutes. So jump down to the description below, tap the link there, get a free 14-day trial for more like this and so many others, hundreds of others actually. So thank you for being here. I hope to see you in the studio sometime. And yeah, have a wonderful morning. I'll see you next time.